Race 2 of the first round of the Winter Series here then of the juniors. Here I'll start from 8th place. It's on board with me, Neil Vincent. Lights will go out shortly. Of course, this is reverse grid positions from the first race, and here we go now. Going to start off the line, managed to jump Kai Surtees before we enter the braking zone of turn 1. So already a position made up there as a line up Dan Beardmore. Going around turn 2 now. Stefan just ahead in turn 3. I managed to go around the outside as there's water on the inside that will slow Stefan down and means I can get a much better run around that outside. Now behind Dan Beardmore, following around this hairpin, which I think I took relatively well throughout the day, and I was told that too. There's a bit of ground there on exit. Coming around this long right hander and then exit, and I'll come to the last 2 corners, which I managed to gain a little bit on, as you see there. That's lap 1 completed. I've gained 1 place, so not too bad, but here we go now, down into turn 1, braking hard, and as you can see, I've caught up quite a bit there, and now around this long right hander, everyone takes an inside line, but you can see the water spillage on the inside there, puts them wide, and me taking a wide line, staying on the dry means I can get a much better traction, a better run there, and I didn't expect to overtake Dan there. It was a bit of a surprise to me. I just seen him run wide at the last minute, so I dived up the inside. Yeah, up to 6th place now after starting 8th, so not too bad at all. Coming around the last 2 corners here. I got a good run there, but then the guys had kart 4. I'm not quite sure who it was. His kart was just slower on exit than I thought it would be, so I tapped his kart and I lost the momentum I carried through, and then had to defend down into turn 1. And round here now, as these pair fight out, the kart on the inside over that wet line again, pushes the guy ahead out of the way, but I managed to get down the inside into the hairpin now and make up 5th place, I believe this is. So as we come now down into the penultimate corner, but vital to get a good exit here, and I think I go wide here. You see Dan Bidman's kart there, I go off the track, off there as well. I kept my throttle on it. I had to keep good amount of speed down into this turn 1. I really expected him to attack me down into turn 1. It was nowhere near as close as I thought it would be. Well, come on, we're coming round there now. You can see the kart ahead went over the wet patch, and you can see how quickly I caught up with him, and he goes off there. I'm not sure what happened, but he just lost his rear down to that hairpin. So now hunting down, is this actually Southall maybe? I think it might be. I'm not too sure on that. I had a good last run out of the last 2 corners there. As you can see, I'm catching up down into the braking zone of turn 1. Took it quite nicely there. Right behind him now, and taking a wide line into this corner. Again, he goes over that wet patch, and I can just cut back under there. Try it around the outside, but there's no room. Had to back out of that one. Now down into the hairpin. With a slight look, but nothing would be able to, nothing would stick if I went there. It would just cause an accident. So sticking behind, and hopefully I can get a run down into turn 1 if I get a good last 2 corners. Braking early to get a much better exit, and you can see there, the exit was a lot better now. Following his kart, pulling out last minute right there, get my kart slightly alongside his, and now braking down into turn 1 means I'll get that position. I was quite confident about that move, going down into the inside. Now I'm into 2nd place with Oliver Baines, I believe, in the lead, quite far ahead. You can't see him on screen there, but you could just about see him as the camera flipped up. I managed to catch him. In the close the gap, not catch him. I closed the gap on him in the end. I think I had a fastest lap of a 39.9 in the end, and his was around 40.6, 40.7. So I was around 7 or 8 tenths quicker with my fastest lap. So I managed to catch there, but I stayed in this 2nd position for the remainder of the race. Here it was just about getting that fastest lap, because of course in the Winter Series you get a point for pole position and you get a point for your being the getting the fastest lap in your race. So a nice bit of free air, free space. You can really pump a good lap or two in, just to try and get yourself in a good position for that extra point. And as it turned out, in the end of the day, it was very vital I got that extra point from the fastest lap, as you'll see at the end. Now you can see I'm catching Oliver. You can see his kart is there now, and before coming around that corner you couldn't see his kart. But he drove a great race to get into the lead anyway. But as you can see, lap time's now 40.3. As we come around now, the last two corners, I believe the lap drops, should drop this lap again. And there you go, now there's that 39.9 I believe I got. So yeah, 8th to 2nd, not too bad at all. I was quite pleased with that. And that meant for the day then, I managed to top the table on 42 points. And you can see that fastest lap from that race meant I did keep I managed to win the event over Jack Brooks, who put an impressive display in. Chris Dixon will have been disappointed with his result, while Sam had an average result, but thanks for watching. Watch out for more.